little delay, but I'm here to say that I'm here, rain or shine. That's what you call a grind. Let me stop. I tried to make a little cute intro, but it is what it is. You can try as hard as you can, but at the end of the day, the beauty is in the originality and the organic energy that is put behind these messages. I like to be as present, and that means as imbalanced or whatever the case may be called in that certain situation. There's always a balancing of energies, and I don't think that there's ever something that you will call aligned. It's just more in a variation of what's on your path and what's necessary at that moment. So I try to display those as genuinely as I can. The topic I wanted to discuss today would be decisions. I've always been an indecisive person, and it's not because I'm not attentive or aware of the circumstance. It's more because I'm too aware, and it's like certain perspectives allow me to overthink, and that's the concept that may add more drama than a reality could even bring. Decisions for me are hard, especially dealing with people outside of, my comfort zone, or just dealing with people in general. Like, if I'm not dealing with a circumstance that only I can handle, if other people are involved in that decision, especially people that are close to me, that's always the hardest decision for me. I try not to be so hard on myself, but I am my biggest critic. So a lot of times, I think of the worst case scenario. And I am glad to say that I usually think of the worst case scenario, but that is not necessarily how it will play out. But decisions, how would you know if it's for you or if it's not for you? Like I said, it's being of a changeable world or physical environment, being a being in that state, it's always going to be a constant change, So you have to pay attention to, like what I mentioned in my post on jazzyfields.com, that it is a balance. Within a day you can get a variation of so many energies that you have to balance, but it's like, okay, what could you learn from it? How could you bring it back to that source of one? And with decisions, the best way to go about it, or the way that I believe is the best way to go about it, is to really just think about it for one. Because, like I said, allow yourself to connect to all those variations of yourself that you could feel in a day, and then try to think about it to gain a certain type of overview, that you could say is organically how you feel, Allow yourself to realize why. And sometimes, when you're in those type of states, it takes longer because you don't want to accept what the reality of it is. But if the reality of it after you've done that evaluation is still what it is, and if nothing else, that means you should just trust yourself and just go with it and trust that it's for a bigger picture. It's been really windy out here lately, and I think that that's very symbolic of just me. I always feel like it's so calm until I get out here and try to record, but I'm equipped for the seasons, and we only going up. I've been saying that. So decisions is about, once you develop your path and know what's best for you, what favors that in that specific time, and trusting that everything has a positive intention if you look towards that, and just focus on that more than a negative and allow it to be what it is. You can't control everything, but you can control your reactions. So the best thing for you to do is make sure that your actions is lining up with your thoughts and your reactions, and you're bringing it to some sort of lesson, because that's all everything is. And yeah, it's all love. Love, sort shit.